I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here at Hub Culture in Austin. Really pleased to be joined by Abyah Wynn. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Vice President at Trimantium Capital. Now, you've been in venture capital for 2 years.
Yes.
What are your impressions?
So far, I'm loving it. It's an incredible industry. I'm a baby VC, but I've learned so much over the past 2 years, and I just think that being a woman and a woman of color in this industry is it's an honor, and I have the power and the opportunity to affect so much change.
What have you noticed since you've joined? How many Black women get funding from VCs?
Well, I often notice that I am the only Black woman in the room.
Right.
I am the only woman in the room. And there aren't a lot of Black women that get funding from VCs. Mm-hmm. Actually, the average check size for a woman of color is $36,000, which is ridiculous. And there are only 17 women as of today that have raised over $1 million in venture capital funding.
What have you seen? What's different? I mean, we know that diversity is good for business, it's good for boards. What do you think you can do in terms of an investor? What are the things that you would say to other investors, other VCs, when they're out considering businesses?
So when they're out considering businesses, I would say have a diversity lens. Mm-hmm. I think that there is an unconscious bias and something that we need to start talking about and continuing the conversation on. But also, I think that in the terms of being an investor, there need to be more women in the room and more women of color in the room, because when you are presenting a solution to a problem for a minority or a female, and you're pitching to a white male, that might not be your target audience. And so that person that's, sitting in the room with the checkbook out might not be the person that you're necessarily pitching to, and so they might not understand the problem or the void in the market.
So tell me some of the businesses that you've been excited to find.
Oh, that's a tough question.
Tell me, what are the things that when you're looking at a business and you put on a diversity lens, what does that mean? What are you looking for?
So there are actually two companies, one of which I've met with, one of which I have yet to meet the founders, but I've done a lot of research on their company. I've heard a lot about them in the press. The first is founded by two African-American females. It's called Minted Cosmetics, and it is a cosmetics company for women of color, which I think there's definitely a void in the market for that kind of product. And the second is called Frequency, and it's kind of a mindfulness meditation platform. It's kind of, I would say, the meditation version of Peloton.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, it's pretty awesome.
I love it.
They have a great founding team, awesome board of advisors. I'm really stoked about their company. Yeah.
Tell me, investing in women is obviously, and for very good reasons, on the minds of many, at least many female investors that I've spoken to here. When do you think, how much have you seen things change? Or when you walk into the room, do you still get surprised looks as a woman of color?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm often mistaken for the assistant.
Right.
Which is hilarious in my opinion. But
right.
Yeah, I feel personally responsible to be as successful as I can in this industry, because growing up, I didn't know that this path existed. I didn't know what this industry entailed. And I think that, as Michelle Obama said, if little girls, and especially little girls of color, don't see themselves in a position, they don't know that, it's a possibility for them. So I just want to be that beacon of light for a little girl that's exploring the world of tech, and she sees a female Black VC and she's like, that can be me. Yeah. So yeah,
great.
That's my goal.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by the Hub Culture Pavilion.
Again, thanks for having me.
And I'm Edie Lush.